Nui. And it feels like they try to let the Xeno protect Nui, right? To do the initiation or try to clean up the battlefield or whatever. And they try to let the farm lane to play defensively.
Yeah, maybe another prediction is that, actually this Terry might go mid because they're facing two enemies at the farm lane, me and Kathleen. So maybe Anya is going to go with my Shinui on the bottom lane in the early game, in the early phase, while shifting its power to the mid lane. So, give mid lane more leeways to do this job.
Yeah, and as for Beijing Weibo, they're trying to, highlight their top side of the map. Right, top side of the map, they let Linghen to pick that Murad. I just can't wait, because Levi in HOK is a little bit weak, so it's been a long time.
The damage tickles a little bit, not much is there, but Murad, I feel like this is the OG different. Levi, so it's bringing back the power that the Levi used to have back in the day. So it's gonna be super cool to see that happening in this tailor-made version. So
I'm wondering when they first play this new patch, it seems like Linghen would say something like, "Oh my God, it's finally my time."
Yes, this hero is back in my hand. The damage is just insane. I mean, you just have to wait until the late game. But early game, I would say Beijing Weibo has to watch out because I feel like Zuka and Zanio could do a lot of damage in the early game, especially in the invasions. I feel like an invasion coming up, maybe like 70–80%, but Weibo has to watch those invasions. You can't just lose your red buff, your blue buff in the early 2 minutes of the game. It kind of gonna slow your farm down. So definitely Weibo has to watch out for that. And eStarPro might have a lot of different options. Go for the blue, go for the red, put pressure on the bottom lane, or gank the top lane early. So a lot of unlimited options in this tailor-made version.
True. Because like Wuhan eStarPro is more like a scrappy team, right?
Yeah.
They're always going for the team fight. And as for Beijing Weibo, they're kind of like hold on a little bit in the early game and make sure that they can prioritize their junglers, which will be Linghen, and let him to carry the team out. But after all, this is game 1. This is the very first game in the whole tournament. So
that's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Let's go. eStarPro on your left versus Beijing Weibo on your right. And the battle is going to start. All forces is going to be moving out right now, and you just can hear the crowd in the stadium behind me cheering on their names, cheering on the players' name, giving them really a lot of motivations to play right here.
And as for the opening, actually Beijing Weibo did some set for the opening. They tried to poking some damage on Maichlinu. They tried to cut Chiron off.
Yes, actually surprisingly, two support in the mid actually helping out the mid mage. And Lorian versus this Maichlinu is gonna be a battle. I mean, Lorian, I feel like he has those burst damages, but I feel like this mage Lorian is going to be a little bit more damage dependent, magical item dependent, more than Maichlinu. Maichlinu can build that burst damage early.
Yeah, and initiation, what kind of measure Beijing Weibo will do by using their hero will be one of the questions. Maybe they're just trying to let this Lorian to initiate.
Oh, yes. And also here, Maichlinu getting taken down so low, so early. That means Levi can actually take the River Spirit in the mid, gaining him more goals. So definitely, this Linghen player playing with Mirage, definitely he do want to farm up as much as possible, try to avoid those unnecessary fights until the critical time.
Yeah, and that's exactly the way that Team Beijing Weibo stick on, right? It always stick to this kind of plan. And for Wuhan eStarPro, it's surprisingly that they just, hold on a bit in the early game. But it made me feel like Chiron want to make something happen right now. He rotate down, flash in, nice combo, first blood.
First blood, such a quick movement, no hesitation whatsoever. Chiron just nailed that flash with the first ability, getting that stun, getting that first blood. Chaoshi goes down. That's gonna slow him down a little bit. So yeah, great job on eStarPro on making that play happen.
I mean, we mentioned about how great it is, Chiron, by using this Maichlinu, right? A lot of highlights can be seen in the history of KPL when he's using this Maichlinu, and this time they just let him to be the shot caller.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned about eStarPro eStarPro's fighting style. They're more preferring, team-oriented fights as they have a lot of great communication right there. No vision on my Shinui, and right there, flash, and level 4 for Shinron, so,
Shinron just like, easy one.
Yes, right there. And maybe Huajun try to make something happening, hiding in that bottom grass patch. Try to stalk on the scene. Bazooka coming down. Yes, with the first ability, immunity, and he is gonna gang up. And Shinron going with the stun, getting another enemy. 2 more goes down, and they are on the retreat right now. So they just want to, get them little by little, getting a little bit of goal lead in the early game, so they have more advantage later on.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? For Wuhan eStarPro, they are known for their aggressions, and for Beijing Weibo, it's more like they try to link Caphony and also main, but that also means there's no way for them to push back, right? You don't have heroes like Lambert to be so tanky, you don't have so like protective heroes, right, to be played as a roamer. You just have Min try to empower your Caphony, but that's not enough. How you're gonna defend yourself?
Definitely. Right now, Caphony and Main, they look like a glass cannon right now. They have really, really strong firepower, but once they get like gank 2 or 3 enemies in your face, it's going to be really trouble for them to actually bounce back. So definitely they want to keep it safe in the early game. Farm out on those goals and let that attack goes up as high as possible before they can engage in those dangerous team fights.
Yeah, I mean, like, good news for Beijing Weibo is that once they're farming, the duo just play defensively. Once we can see the team
here's the
fight
fight,
right
and
now.
Lorian initiated that battle. Moran actually picking a double kill. That's a lot of goal for them. And Weibo actually fighting back, getting 3 kills on Wuhan eStar players, and that is Marat. Marat already got level 9, and he is farming up really, really well, I'm telling you.
0-3 trade. That's exactly what I want to say, but I was just being interrupted by the, A-star engagement. I mean, like, even though Chaoxi and Xin were played defensively on the farm lane, but the problem is no one actually care about Linghen, right?
Yeah.
Once Beijing Weibo just drag all the intention on the farm lane, and Linghen just, be well farmed.
Yes, right there. Huajun trying to, take a peek at the grass right here. Zenio jumping over, try to get some stun done. And right now you can see that Caphony and me actually rotated to the top lane right now. And the bottom lane probably is going to give it to Linghen.
Yeah, and Beijing Weibo, the style is just made me feel like they do not want Caphony really carry the team. It's more like they want Caphony and Min to be such a powerful duo to buy more time for Linghen, his Mirage to form up.
Yeah, definitely.
Let them just take down the tower, and that's it.
And we can look back at the replay here. Here is going to be just more activating its passive, the stuns, and Lorian just go in with the orbs and doing those attacks, teleportation to the orbs, getting those triple kills, 3 kills for Beijing Weibo.
Yeah, and now it's gonna be the time for Wuhan eStarPro to calm down a little bit and figure it out. Well, I mean, like, we already can see the tankiness from Wuhan eStarPro. The only problem is that we can see My Shinui Qinrong War actually be locked by Beijing Weibo. Everyone's watching now this My Shinui. So how they're gonna make something happen after My Shinui was locked by Beijing Weibo?
Yeah, this is gonna be the question that eStarPro has to figure it out. But here's the battle happening. Miraz going crazy, going in with the engagement and crucial engagement on Varus. Wow, and the mid tower already down. Beijing Weibo just doing really, really well, like surrounding this core player. And I feel like Chaoxi and Xingyu just insurance for the end, because I feel like Marat pretty much can handle the battle by himself later on.
And that's the differences between both junglers, right? Because Murad is known as his assassin skill, right? He comes from nowhere, being so sneaky, and suddenly did the insta kill. But Zuka is more like a tanky tanky jungler, I would say, right? So Wuhan eStarPro, they're trying to do the split push. They try to like Xeno to clean up the wave on the side lane, so does Zuka, and try to buy some time for them to farm up.
Yeah, Zuka right here trying to make some engagement. Here's Zanio teleporting in. Chiro goes down, but there's so much attack from happening. But Zuka just jumping in with a 1-1 ability. Double kill on Zuka. That's what I'm talking about. Here is Terry cleaning up the enemy.
It's on.
Triple kill for Zuka out of control here. Mirages go down, and not enough damage is being done here. And you can see how much tankiness is this Zuka is. So
Yeah.
much tankiness, also immunity, and plus his passive or some of his ability is really sustainable, giving back a lot of HP.
And I would say this team fight definitely will be the turning point of the whole game. Because like before the team fight, I would say like Beijing Weibo seems like totally outplayed Wuhan eStarPro. But after this team fight, you can see Zuka just calmed down. We mentioned about how great Zuka was just doing the split push. That somehow means he also will be well formed, right?
Yes.
The go different is not that bad. He even got 1,000 gold lead against Farad after that team fight. So Zuka with his tankiness and also with his mobility, he's gonna be so powerful in the mid game.
Yeah, mid game wise, I feel like eStarPro, they have the muscle to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah.
So I feel like Weibo, they have a lot of good chance in the super late game and the late game, but I feel like eStarPro, if they can't flex their muscles in the mid game, then time's gonna be running out for Beijing Weibo.
Yeah. Now you can see the solution. Beijing Weibo.
Ooh, Anya getting combo, turning into a squirrel, falling below 40% HP. And the fight is going to be happening. Zanio jumping into battle and getting the kill. Zuka falling really low. He has to retreat, but both teams had to pull back as one of the members of Beijing Weibo falls victim.
But Wuhan eStarPro just achieved what they want because they killed the core player from Beijing Weibo. We mentioned about how defensively Chaoxi played in the early game is because technically would be considered as one of those late game heroes, right? But now in the mid game, after he has been taken down once, all those neutral objectives will be in favor of Wuhan eStarPro.
Yes,
just
and
like this.
Here, the dragon, it belongs to eStarPro. And Marat tried to go in for that smite, but did not quite make it. But here it is, 7.5k here for Marat. Still quite a lot of damage actually, versus Zuka, but still Zuka already have 8.8k.
And the Pure Sky.
Yeah, the Pure Sky just bought here on Zuka, so that's a more damage reduction being done on that Zuka player.
Well, actually, we can break it down a little bit about both junglers, right? The picks are different and the playing style are quite different. For Zuka, he only needs to come in and try to soak in all of those damage styles, right? Be so tanky enough and try to threaten a little bit on Cacophony. Because again, Ming will be the dual support with this Cacophony, but there's no way for Beijing Weibo to push back.
Yeah, Ming's just like an accessory, the 7th item, giving that more attack to Cacophony. Cacophony try to chase away Zuka. Zuka is actually really low right now, so it's gonna be really dangerous for them to engage a team right now. Chinran running all the way down, try to make a play. Maybe it's not happening right now. Marat jumping over, using ultimate. Chinran barely make it out alive. Zuka has to back off right now. They do not want to contest this dragon, as they are looking really healthy right now. So.
But after my Tsunade was absent from the field, I would say Beijing Weibo, they can gain the vision control back, and now they're just trying to play around with the Stark Tyrant. They try to force Wuhan eStarPro to give them an answer.
That's right, and this is the 10-minute dragon we're talking about. So
yeah,
it's gonna be super important. Getting this dragon means getting some attack buff, getting some movement speeds, and everybody's fighting for this. And here is Zanio trying to falling so low, but here Zuka and Zanio, the double trouble, so tankiness, and they almost got taken out. Anya getting down, Varus 2-man down for Beijing Weibo, but here's Marat going in for the cleanup. Anya goes down. That's gonna be an even trade, even battle, but the dragon maybe is gonna go to Wuhan eStar.
But I mean, like from the maybe like 3 or 4 minutes on, it's all of those highlights are made by both junglers. They're just being so stunning, right? With the core player on the battlefield.
That's right. Marat trying to go, take a peek right here. A little bit harassment. The dragon did come out of his pit, but Zuka ended up taking it. Oh my, just so squishy right now. Marat has so much damage. Also, Zuka is just unstoppable.
Can't believe it.
Tank, and he getting that bloodthirst. Everything is just going so well for these two junglers right now.
It made me feel like both junglers are really into this game right now. Do you see? Like every single time Marat had got a kill, and Zuka definitely gonna pay something back. And Zuka now is trying to be so sneaky.
Just like a tiger, stalking up on his prey. But you can see that Varus is kind of protecting the sideways of Chaoxi, trying to make sure no one is flanking this Cacophony.
Yeah. So after like they win those team fight for Beijing Weibo, they're trying to play around Caffeine, and now
Zuka
they caught Zuka
in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Why would he be that? Because I already saw him recalling back, right? Hiding in that bush.
Yeah, small detail. If you recall, actually, the enemy can hear that recall, even if you're inside the grass. So, if you hear that recall, someone is nearby. So, yeah, Zuka goes down. That's going to leave the mid lane open. The second tier tower goes down, and Weibo is in the league already.
5 people remaining there, and now they're just gathering together, trying to utilizing that vanguards and pushing forward. And now they're aiming at high ground tower at the bottom.
Yeah, Zuka is back online right now. We want to see them defending that bottom tower. That high ground tower is so important. If it goes down, that means your enemies gets the super minion. It's going to be tougher in the later game of the stage.
Well, a lot of back and forth right now in game 1. First, it was Beijing Weibo got some advantages. Oh, first it was Wuhan eStarPro, right? Got that first blood, and then it goes over to Beijing Weibo. And by using this Mirage, Linghen just do a lot of insta-kill.
Yes, definitely. And that Linghen, that Mirage is going to get so much more powerful as the game proceeds. He already got the Siege Breaker. That means, which enemy have less HP is going to deal more HP with that Siege Breaker on. Look at that damage. Look at that distance. He's actually in his own jungle. Using that first ability, he's able to shift 2 times forward, actually creating a really, really long distance and getting those ultimate unleash.
Yeah. To be honest, like for Murad, his first ability allowed this hero to come from the mid-lane tower to the high ground tower.
Yeah,
right?
even like the river to the fountain.
Yeah,
which is
like
super
that's
scary.
insane because like it's limit, right? For the whole map, it's just like a small map in the gorge. But such a long range, attacking range, allow this hero not only do some insta-kill, but also to gain the deep vision control for his team.
Yes, and we're now moving into mid-game. Mid-game actually, one thing is really important, vision.
Yeah.
If you do not have vision, you might be too dangerous. That's why Varus is checking out the grass all the time. Flashback, Zuka try to gank Varus, but Varus is super, super smart, and they do not want to confront Zuka at this time. Zuka just really extra buff right now.
Yeah. And here's a detail. The vision, we mentioned about the vision. So you need to gain the vision for yourself or everything will be unknown, right? And for Wuhan eStarPro, after they fall behind a little bit, they just let Zuka and also let Maichenui to hide their vision. So actually when we're checking the vision right now from Beijing Weibo side, they have no idea where Qingrong was, where Luo Suyuan was. So that's the reason why Beijing Weibo just back up a little bit. Because after all, they do not have a classic or typical tank, right? To bring the vision for themselves. They're a little bit squishy right now. And they can't stand for a loss in the mid game, especially it's already be in 15 minutes.
Yeah, but eStarPro, the time is kind of running out because late game, morale and caffeine is going to be out of control. So definitely try to end the game. I would say before 20 minutes if possible for
Wait. Check Qingrong, Maichenui already be in his position. He's now at the rear of Beijing Weibo.
Yes, I'm feeling like some potential plays some kind of flank coming around the back with Zuka combining with Maichenui. Maichenui might getting that fan all really close, but the engagement is not going to be happening right now. Wuhan eStar is not going to be able to make the engage. Weibo are smelling something different, so they are smelling maybe some kind of dangerous situation is about to happen, so they need to back off right now.
And Wuhan eStarPro seems like try to force the team fight. They're trying to push Beijing Weibo back, and they gain themselves the Dark Tyrant to empower them about the ability to do the team fight. That's what we mentioned about, right? Wuhan eStarPro, they're so aggressive, they're so scrappy. So I do like the way how they're gonna handle their deficit. When they fall behind, they never just, hiding behind their high ground tower and try to clean up the minions. They know that it doesn't work, right? It's only time issue. So instead of doing that, they're trying to bring the vision control to themselves or by hiding their own visions to be such a great threat towards Beijing Weibo. So that's a reason why we're actually observing the map from a third perspective. But from the players' own perspective, from Beijing Weibo side, they had no idea where Luo Suyuan and Qingrong was.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing it, from their perspective. We see a lot of things that these players don't see, and they just, but they actually feel stuff. They feel like it's something is not, the sensation, the sixth sense. They know that someone's hiding in that grass or someone's, behind that bush. So definitely, this Weibo team, they know what eStar their playing style is gonna be like.
And it's only gonna be one team fight. I got that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe we're waiting for the Tempest Dragon. We don't know.
Oh, right there. So much damage coming from KPL. Chainro just barely made it away using that flash just to stay alive. Zanio, they might want to back up right now. They're missing the damage from Chainro. And what I noticed is, Weibo just sticking together like a really tight coordination. Their formation is really, really good. They got KPL in the middle just in case there's flanks behind the back. But they're going to lose that dragon right here. Terry actually has a lot of damage and that attack speed ready and that capability of hers in her kit. So it's going to be a lot of damage also from Izan. That damage is going to be going really, really crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, we can put it in this way. Actually, for these two teams, since they're being so sophisticated with this game, with this map, so actually they're playing the visual game. Right now, this ambush and trying to force them all back.
Yeah, that's good. That Varus, checked the grass and she's tanky enough to get away.
So it's gonna be the time for Wuhan eStarPro to make a lot of things happen because like the double dragon are in their hand.
Yes, and also there's map presence is gonna be really good. Also, their map control right now is looking really good right now. They got the dragon. They're moving up into their jungle, so they have a more chance of getting this Tempest Dragon. If they can knock down one member of Beijing Weibo right now, they're able to make it back to the dragon and get the Tempest Dragon in time before that members come back alive.
Exactly, and if they want to do this, they need to use the flash to do some insta engagement.
Anya try to go for that engagement. Anya's ultimate can actually flash into the engagement,
here
but
goes.
Zuka goes in with the immunity, and look at that, Zanio jump in, Terry goes in, and look at that, Liu Shiyun is out of control.
The Vanguards are in the crystal, and eStarPro, they're being so eager to the victory, but it's gonna be the time for Beijing Weibo to fight back. It's gonna be the Murad, the ulti has been breaked, he respected the destiny, but can't make it happen. It's gonna be still in the turn of Wuhan eStarPro. They're taking down the middle lane tower, but the dragons are in this crystal, and they're just gonna fall that last kill and then go for the crystal. Game 1, congratulations to Wuhan eStarPro.
Bro, congrats.